to a Legion player, and last year, this competition in Legion play. Prior years, the winner here goes on to the National Regional, which, if he would happen to win there, would be an additional $2,500. And then out of those 8 finalists that win there, they go on to Shelby, North Carolina, where the World Series is held. And the top winner out of the 8 that go there picks up another $5,000. I think it was 3, 4, or 5 years ago, I can't remember what year or who, but our scholarship winner did go that far and ended up with the 1,000 local, ended up with the 2,500 at the regional, and the 5,000 at the World Series. So he ended up with an $8,500 scholarship. So it was a pretty good deal for him. At this time, we want to award our local scholarship winner, which he will get $500 from National, and then we pick up the balance. Our organization, the Athletic Commission, picks up the additional $500 for the first 1,000. And then hopefully he'll go on to the 2,500 and the 5,000. That's always everybody's goal. So anyway, this year our winner is from the 8 tournament side, and it's a team that has been participating in the tournament. So this year our winner goes to a Bishop candidate, and his name is Joseph Van Overshield. Due to college commitments, he could not be here today. So, picking up the scholarship for him are his father, George, Luke Norton's son, Beckett, and Patty Cook, who was originally from Bishop. So, come on out and give us a speech. Thank you. So, at this point, we're done. Infield's done. I think we're ready for starting lineup. Or hold on. No. Oh, coach,
Good morning and welcome into the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. My name is Adam Birch and this is the J&J Truck and Auto Body pregame show presented by J&J Truck and Auto Body. For the highest quality work and hassle-free customer service, let J&J take away your stress. That's J&J Truck and Auto Body on East Philadelphia Street in Rapid City. Championship Sunday, and the first game, an elimination game to see who will punch their ticket into that championship game against Sioux Falls East. This game featuring the Rapid City Post 22 Hard Hats against Harrisburg Post 45. And the Hard Hats, a dramatic victory last night over Sioux Falls East. It took extra innings. It took 9 innings and a suicide squeeze to score the go-ahead and eventual winning run in that top of the 9th inning. Wilson Kiefer able to strike out the final batter that he faced, finishing off the 9th inning, and the rest is history. The Hard Hats live to see another day. Yesterday also, Harrisburg defeated Mitchell, a final score of 7-0 to get to this point and punch their ticket to Championship Sunday as well. Going to be a tough battle for both of these two teams who have to win 2 games in order for that coveted 2022 American Legion South Dakota State Championship. And their first task right here, Game 2, about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this ball game. Today's keys to the game are brought to you by Dakota Discount RV. Find the key to building lasting family memories with a new or pre-owned RV from Dakota Discount RV. Take a look at their great selection of RVs at 2 locations. Dakota Discount RV is across from Cabela's and also on JB Road in Blackhawk. Key number 1, start early. Hard Hats are the visitors on the scoreboard via a coin flip in which they lost. Harrisburg chose to be the home team, and they take the field as we speak. So start early, just as they did last night against Sioux Falls East when the Hard Hats were the away team then as well. And they struck for 2 runs in the opening half inning of that contest, and really it was a back and forth affair after that, but those 2 runs and gave the Hard Hats a little bit of momentum to keep on fighting in that game. And that's key number 1, brought to you by Dakota Discount RV. Key number 2, work as a team. You're down in your pitching staff. Dylan Marsh takes the mound for the Hard Hats for today for Game 1. And a do or die situation here against Harrisburg. And both teams low on pitching. It's going to be pivotal to work as a team throughout this game and throughout this entire day if they're able to move on to the championship game later this afternoon. Today's starting lineups are built by Connect Home Center. Whether it's residential or commercial, Connect Home Center has been your hometown lumberyard since 1928. For the visitors on the scoreboard, the Rapid City Post 22 Hard Hats sends Zeke Farley to the plate first. He's the center fielder, digging in now. Amarian Saylor, the left fielder, bats second. Wyatt Anderson, the second baseman, bats third. Maddox Black delivers ball 1 a little bit outside, and we are underway at 11:04 local Mountain Time on Championship Sunday at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark. Farley looks at a cold strike right down the pipe. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Harrison Good follows Anderson in right field. Little pop-up foul ball onto the Harrisburg dugout. And Farley down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shorterwood stands with the 2 strikes. Plack into his wind, and the 1-2 misses well high. Even count 2-2. Kai Jackson, the designated hitter, hits 5th after Harrison Good in right field. Alex Dietrich, the first baseman, hits 6th. Riker Henney, the third baseman, 7th. Jake Solano, the catcher, 8th. And Wilson Kiefer, the shortstop, 9th. Farley, a bouncer back to the pitcher on the mound. A high throw, and Sutton comes down with it onto the bag to beat Farley. 1 up, 1 gone for the Hard Hats in the first inning. Brings up Amarian Saylor. for Rapid City. If you recognize that name, Maddox Plack, he faced the Hard Hats in day 1 of the state tournament way back on Wednesday. Only threw less than 80 pitches in that outing, where he went 4 innings and allowed 4 runs. So he is eligible to pitch on Championship Sunday. That's why we see him here today. 1-0, and it becomes 2 balls and no strikes on Amarian Sailor. A breaking ball misses down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Amarian Sailor bats from the right side. Batting .372 coming into play. The 2-0 outside, making it ball 4. It was actually a 3-ball, no strike count after the first out bounce back to the pitcher. A 4-pitch, 1-out walk drawn by Sailor. So you put his speed on the base paths. Remember, if you tuned in last night, Amarian Sailor, a leadoff triple in the top of the 9th inning. He came in on a suicide squeeze bunt, dropped down by Dylan Marsh. Wyatt Anderson on the right side. He looks at ball 1 upstairs, a fastball from Plack. Set in the stretch, Anderson squares the bunt, pulls back. It's called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Plack kicks and deals, and Anderson swings right through the 1-1, making the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Wyatt Anderson, the second baseman here today. Usual third baseman, saw him at shortstop for a couple innings last night, now playing second base with Marsh on the mound. And the 1-2, a breaking ball laid off. He thought about it, but laid off. The count becomes 2-2. Runner on first, 1 gone. Sailor dives back in on a pickoff move. He's safe. Just underway here in the top of the first. 1 out, 1 on. And a chopper right to the front of the Hard Hats dugout. Way out in front of that one. The count becomes 2 balls and 2 strikes. With the 2 strikes, the outfield backs up a little bit. 2-2. Outside edge, call it strike 3, and Anderson goes down looking out number 2. Our umpires for game 1, a 4-umpire crew on Championship Sunday, and we will see that in the title game as well. Johnny Kirchner, the home plate umpire. Steve Creer, the first base umpire. Greg Warren at second base, and Yogi Milslegel at third base. There's Harrison Good. Sailor still off of first with 2 gone, and Good looks at ball 1 outside. Still scoreless, top of the first, 2 gone, 1 on at first. Plack. Pickoff move to first, and back in safely, Amarian Sailor standing up. .1-0, foul back high off the netting. 1 ball and 1 strike. There is a slight breeze here today. It's a warm morning heading into the afternoon, already at 82 degrees. But there is a pretty strong breeze blowing out to right field as Sailor swings, or takes off for second, and Good just got a piece of the 1-1. Down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good ready once again. Plack set at his right ear. The 1-2 outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Setting the 2-2. Sailor takes off for second. It swung on and missed a breaking ball. And Good out in front. So Plack strikes out 2 and strands a 1-out walk. We're still scoreless through 1/2 inning of play. And Harrisburg coming to bat for the first time here on Championship Sunday at the state tournament. Back in a moment on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
In the past, if you needed auto body.
We are your community. We are your neighbors. Our family of doctors are invested in our community. At Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, we are honored to help you along the journey from injury to recovery. You have a choice with Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. We're set for the bottom of inning number 1. Dylan Marsh to the mound for the Hard Hats. And the right-hander set to do battle with Harrisburg. Dylan Marsh on the mound this season, 31 innings over 7 appearances, 5 starts, a 3-2 record, 1 save and 1 opportunity. Holds a .339 ERA, 30 hits, 22 runs, only 15 earned runs, 18 walks, 13 strikeouts, 5 hit batters. Tap the Hard Hats around him in ceremonial fashion, and Marsh and Solano having a conversation about their plan of attack against this at times powerful Harrisburg at post 45 lineup. Lincoln Carlson to lead things off for Harrisburg. He bats from the right side. Marsh will work solely out of the stretch. Ready in the first pitch is swung on and missed. Carlson out in front, 0-1. Marsh last pitched on June 16th. 0-1. Up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Dealt with a little bit of an injury since then, a shoulder injury when he dove back into the first base bag and really held off the mound since. The 1-1 misses high and tight, 2 balls and a strike. Only needed to go a third of an inning in Spearfish. 1 hit, no runs. 2-1, fly ball to left field, back is Amarian Saylor. He's underneath it and makes the grab, out number 1. Fairly deep fly ball, but not quite to the warning track, but it brings up time and Long. Long is a home run threat. Lincoln Carlson is too. He led off the ball game here at the state tournament against Mitchell, I believe, with a solo home run. First pitch misses high for ball 1 on time and Long. Long, the catcher for post 45, slated to go to the same junior college as Bryce Harper down in Las Vegas, Nevada. Big name coming out of that school. Of course, Bryce Harper, a star with the Washington Nationals, and signed the big deal with the Philadelphia Phillies. 1-1 on Long. A check swing foul ball up the first base line. A ball and 2 strikes now on Long. Set the rest of the post 45 lineup after this next pitch. Marsh set at his chest, kicks and deals the 1-2. Misses downstairs, 2-2. Jack Sutton bats third. He's the first baseman. Noah Boucher, the designated hitter, bats fourth. Carter Barenfuss, the right fielder, fifth. Tegan Muntz, the left fielder, sixth. Maddox Shearer bats seventh. He's the third baseman. Center fielder Max Carlson, eighth. And along a high fly ball, shallow right center field. It's the right fielder Harrison Good who comes in and calls off wide. Anderson to make the grab, out number 2. And then Taylor Klein, the shortstop, bats ninth for post 45. 2 up, 2 gone, empty base paths here in the bottom of the first, and we're still scoreless. Brings up Jack Sutton. The defense behind Dylan Marsh on the mound is Amari and Saylor in left field, Zeke Farley, the center fielder, and Harrison Good, as mentioned, in right field. Marsh misses low and away, up first pitch breaking ball for ball 1. Set once again, and the 1-0 is popped up right side on the infield. Dylan Marsh calls it off himself, and he makes the grab. Tumbles over, but he hangs on to it. That's out number 3. 3 up, 3 down inning for Harrisburg, and we head to the second. No score. Back in a moment on Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Set for the top of inning number 2. Scoreless after 1 full inning of play. Maddox Black faces Kai Jackson to lead things off. The designated hitter bats from the left side. Jackson, Dietrich, and Henny, the 3 scheduled, as Black misses outside for ball 1. Jackson, the designated hitter, Dietrich, the first baseman, and Henny, the third baseman. Bouncer right side off the glove of the first baseman, Sutton. He bobbles it, and it's safe at first is Kai Jackson. He bobbled it twice, had it pop out of his glove, and Sutton, obviously frustrated with himself, and shows every bit of emotion on this championship Sunday. Leadoff error allows Jackson to reach. Now Alex Dietrich. First pitch misses high, a fastball for ball 1. Wind blowing very strongly out to right field, left to right. As noted by the left center field flags above the scoreboard. 2 balls and no strikes as the breaking ball misses down and away. Dietrich in on the right side. Batting .283 coming into play. 2 well fouled straight back out of play off the indoor facility. Back behind me. Top of inning number 2, scoreless. 2-1 downstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Hard Hats, that was their second base runner in Kai Jackson, a walk with 1 out in the first. But no hits just yet for either side. The 3-1. Right down the middle, called strike 2, and Dietrich now, his count runs full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Plack, a peek at first and comes set. The 3-2 payoff. Fly ball to right center field. Over is the center fielder, Max Carlson. He makes the grab out number 1. Decent line drive contact off the bat of Alex Dietrich, just not far enough to that right center field alley. The wind carried it a little bit as well, but it's just an F8 in the scorebook for out number 1. Here's Riker Henny. First pitch, fouled back and out of play. 0-1. Just about hit Jackson Bowe of Sioux Falls East as he's heading into the indoor facility to hit in the cages. 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner on first, 1 gone. Riker Henny in on the right side, batting .308 on the season. Pickoff move to first, and Jackson dives back in safely. Harrisburg trying to strand that leadoff error. 1-1 outside by a hair. Black wanted the call with the breaking ball on the outside edge. Didn't get it. 2-1. Swing and a miss, a high fastball. And he went after it. Was a touch behind it, even count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another pickoff move to first, and Jackson in safely. Very nice crowd here on hand for this championship Sunday. 2-2. Outside edge called strike 3, and Henny goes down looking. Out number 2. Third strikeout overall for Maddox Black. And it'll bring up Jake Solano. 1 on, 2 gone. Jake Solano bats from the right side. First pitch to him is a fastball outside for ball 1. Jake Solano batting .240 coming into play. Another pickoff move on Jackson. He dives back in. Want to know the count on Solano. Has hit the ball well. It's not always resulted in a hit, but has hit the ball hard regardless. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Even count 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1, chopper left side. The shortstop Taylor Klein fields and fires to first, and bobbled on the back end by Jack Sutton. Another error, this time on the throw by Taylor Klein. And the inning will continue for the 9th spot of Wilson Kiefer. Top of the order on deck, Wilson Kiefer bats for the first time. 2 on, 2 gone. Ardettes would love their first hit in this situation. First pitch, strike on the outer edge, 0-1. Kiefer batting .279 on his season. 0-1, he scores the bunt, offers at it, and misses. Out of that count, he goes 0-2. The third baseman is playing way back. That's Maddox Shear. 0-2 on Kiefer. And outside edge called strike 3. A backwards K ends it. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Scoreless with no hits just yet through 1.5. And Harrisburg to bat for the 2nd time after this on Hardats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore has provided a full range of legal services for over 40 years in Rapid City. As one of the largest and highly respected law firms in western South Dakota and multi-state region, our expert team of diversified attorneys offer a very personalized style of legal representation. Whether it's support and recommendations with legal documents or the strongest proponent in a court of law, trusting who you hire as your advocate is vital in achieving the best results. Contact the experienced professionals today at Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore Attorneys at Law.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Adam Birch sent to bring you the bottom of inning number 2. We're scoreless through 1.5. The Hard Hats have batted once through their full lineup. Harrisburg has sent 3 in their first inning, batting for the second time against Dylan Marsh. Noah Boucher to lead things off. Boucher, Barenfuss, and Muntz. The 3 scheduled. The rest of the Hard Hats defense on the infield is Riker Henney at the hot corner, Wilson Kiefer the shortstop, Wyatt Anderson the second baseman, Alex Dietrich the first baseman, Jake Solano doing the catching for Dylan Marsh on the mound. Boucher in on the right side. Marsh kicks and deals. The first pitch of his second inning misses high with a fastball for ball 1. Setting the 1-0. Chopper down the third base line, foul. An even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Boucher coming into play here today. As he swings through the 1-1, down the count he goes. 1-2. 0 for 7 here at the state tournament. Now the 1-2. Breaking ball, called strike 3 at the knees. A backwards case starts to second for Dylan Marsh. Now Carter Barenfuss. Left-handed bat of Barenfuss and right fielder. Rests the bat on his back, left shoulder, pops it up as Marsh comes set, and he looks at a called strike 1. Fastball outer edge, 0-1. Bottom of inning number 2, scoreless, no hits for either side just yet. The 0-1 outside by a touch, 1 ball and 1 strike. Just 2 errors on the board, both for Harrisburg. Outside of that, it's just straight zeros. The 1-1. Chopper right side, the second baseman Wyatt Anderson fields and fires the first in time, out number 2. A little bit unconventional spot for Wyatt Anderson. Usual third baseman for the Hard Hats when he's not pitching. Played a couple innings at shortstop last night for Wilson Kiefer, and now playing second base with Dylan Marsh on the mound. 2 outs. Here's the left fielder Tegan Muntz, and he looks at ball 1 inside. 2 outs, nobody on for Harrisburg. The 1-0. Swing and a miss, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. We saw this yesterday with Harrisburg and Mitchell. Neither team had a hit through like 3 innings in that game. Half swing, the appeal to first. Yes, he did, says Steve Greer. And that's strike number 2. A ball and 2 strikes, a count. Send the 1-2 from Marsh. Breaking ball misses downstairs, blocked by Solano. And now the count is even at 2-2. Setting now the 2-2 from Marsh. High ball to center field. Back as Zeke Farley's underneath of it and puts a 2-hand squeeze on it for out number 3. Dylan Marsh has faced the minimum so far through 2 innings. We're scoreless as we head to the 3rd after this on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Top of the post-22 lineup, Zeke Farley at the plate, and he looks at a called strike. Right down the pipe from Maddox Black to start the third. The 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Hardhats have had 3 base runners thus far, a walk and 2 errors. The 1-1, chopper in front of the third baseman, Maddox Shear, fields and fires to first. A nice tough play from Shear, and he makes the play out number 1. Now Marion Saylor. He walked on 4 pitches with 1 out in the first. Pitched a breaking ball and it's called strike 1 from Black. Into his wind and the 0-1. Breaking ball, foul tip off the glove of Timon Long. 0-2 on Marion Saylor. Black up over 40 pitches. That was his 44th. The 0-2. Outside by a touch. 3 straight breaking balls from Black. Saylor lays off that one. The 1-2. High with a fastball. Now 2-2. Two-two pitch. A line drive, base hit in the left center field. That'll take a roll, but it's cut off in center by Max Carlson. And Marion Saylor has the first hit of the ball game for either team. A 1-out base knock here in the third. Now the second baseman, Wyatt Anderson. Struck out looking for the out number 2 in the first. Similar situation, he has Marion Saylor on first base with 1 out. Goes after the first pitch, a high fastball, chased it. 0-1. Black comes set. Side steps and delivers, and outside edge with the fastball, 0-2 on Anderson. Black ready, barely comes set, and the pitch misses outside. I'll watch that. Black kind of hops a little bit when he comes into his stretch after he gathers the sign. A pickoff move to first and Saylor back in safely, but does not set himself for very long. And this one, a bouncer right back up the middle into center field. Marion Saylor stays put at second base. It's back-to-back singles for Saylor and Anderson and the Hardhats. And it puts 2 on with 1 out. For Harrison Good. Harrison Good struck out his first time at the plate. He struck out swinging to end the first. Black and Long have a brief conversation. First 2 hits of this ball game, both in this third inning. Still scoreless. First pitch to Harrison Good, a chopper right at the plate. It rolls to the Hardhats dugout. 0-1 on Good. Harrison batting .322 coming into play. Black, a peek at second, and a chopper foul into the bare hand of Coach Storvey. 0-2 on Good. It's going to be interesting to see if the Hardhats coaching staff have a conversation with our umpiring crew about Black and how briefly he comes set in the stretch. That one a little bit longer. Runner took off for third, and Saylor and Anderson both take second and third respectively. Timon Long couldn't get the handle on it. He bobbled it at the plate ready to test the throw to third. But now second and third, just the 1 out. Ball and 2 strikes on good. Out of the windup, the 1-2. Breaking ball misses high, 2-2. Into his motion once again, and now the 2-2 is outside just by a hair. Harrisburg fans wanted strike 3. Count is full, 3-2. Black rears back and fires, and good, swings right through it. Out number 2. Strikeout number 5 already for Maddox Black. Brings up Kai Jackson. Outfield shifted to his pull right side. The first pitch to Jackson misses outside a breaking ball. Tried the back door. 1-0. Still second and third, 2 gone. We're still scoreless. Into his windup, the 1-0 from Black is a strike called at the knees outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. Batting .339 on the season, looking for RBIs potentially number 23 and 24. A bouncer into the Harrisburg dugout right off the netting in front of it. And the count moves to 1-2 on Jackson. Looking for a couple more 2-out RBIs. He has 10 on the season. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Jackson goes down swinging, and back-to-back strikeouts after having second and third with 1 out. Ends the inning. We're still scoreless, heading to the bottom of the third. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, service, and recreation. A prime opportunity stranded by the Hard Hats. Second and third, less than 2 outs. Back-to-back strikeouts from Maddox Black, his 5th and 6th. Ends the inning in the top of the third. Don Marsh back to the mound. He has faced the minimum so far, and he misses high for ball 1, a fastball on Maddox Shear. 1-0 inside edge, called strike 1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Shear, the third baseman, Max Carlson, the center fielder, and Taylor Klein, the shortstop. 7, 8, and 9 due up for post 45. The 1-1 inside edge, a breaking ball this time, and now 1-2. Arch ready, and the 1-2. Breaking ball, fly ball left center field. Amari and Saylor over, as well as Zeke Farley, and it's the center fielder Zeke Farley to his right who makes the grab out number 1. Give these Harrisburg hitters credit. Unlike the Hard Hats, they have not struck out 5 times. They have only struck out once against Dylan Marsh. Marsh has had to rely on his defense. For the most part, the outfield defense. 4 of his first 7 outs have been flyouts. 1-0, misses a little bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Max Carlson. 1 ground out to second and a pop out to himself, Dylan Marsh. And the 2-0 ducks out of the way of it, goes back to the backstop. 3 balls, no strikes. Carlson. Marsh in jeopardy of surrendering his first base runner. 3-0. Strike on the inside edge, called strike 1. It's 3 balls and a strike. Carlson taking all the way there. Now the head from Marsh. Set the 3-1. Misses high. Ball 4. A 1-out walk for Max Carlson, the first base runner of the contest for Harrisburg. And now Taylor Klein. Klein in the 9th spot and shortstop. Dylan Marsh gains Rosenbag from the dugout. And now toes the rubber once again to face Klein. 1-on-1 gone. First pitch from Marsh. Fouled straight back and out of play. 0-1. Klein at the state tournament. 4 for 12. Coming in. 1 single, 3 doubles for Taylor Klein. This one in the turf, blocked by Solana. Roll it to up the third base line a bit. But Carlson stayed put at first. So a break there for the Hard Hats. 1 ball and 1 strike on Klein. Still a man at first instead of in scoring position. 1-1. High fly ball, right field side. Harrison Good and Alex Dietrich give chase, but it's out of play. 1-2. Scoreless bottom of the 3rd. Harrisburg and Rapid City post 22. Marsh ready and a pickoff move to first. A little bit wide of first, and Dietrich handles it as Carlson dives back in. Setting the 1-2. Breaking ball. Line drive right at Amari Saylor. It'll sink and bounce in front of him for a base hit. 1-out single for Taylor Klein. And now it's second and first, with 1 out for the top of the order in Lincoln Carlson. Jake Solano out to calm his pitcher down a bit. Set a plan of attack the second time through the lineup. Look for a second like Amari and Saylor might have a play at that fly ball to left. But on a line and Saylor playing fairly deep. Didn't have a shot. Marsh kicks and deals the first pitch to Lincoln Carlson, misses high for ball 1. Middle infielders crashing towards that second base bag, potentially on a pickoff play. Keeper holding. Base runner on, pickoff move there, and it hits the runner and rolls into center field. Both runners move up into scoring position. And now Harrisburg has a similar situation to where the Hard Hats had in the top half of this inning. Second and third, 1 out. But instead of 4 and 5 at the plate, it's the top of the order. Carlson flies one to right field. On the run, Harrison good. Still on the run and into the corner. He makes the grab. Out number 2. Both runners tag. One comes across the score, and Harrisburg on the board first, 1-0. Very deep sacrifice fly into the right field corner. Scores Max Carlson. Now Klein at third for time and Long. First pitch to Long. A strike right above the belt. 0-1. Long flied to right his first time at the plate. 2 outs. Second run for Harrisburg 90 feet away. The 0-1. Downstairs blocked by Solano. It skipped in front of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. And really, especially on this turf, for the most part, it's better to skip a breaking ball like that in front of the plate than anything. This one off the end of the bat, it drops into center field for a base hit. And it's 2-0 Harrisburg on an RBI single for time and Long. A walk, a single, an error, and a sacrifice fly, and a single. Swan high pop up, first base side. Alex Dietrich gives chase, and he can't make the grab. Just off of his glove, right up against the fence. And Marsh will have to continue to pitch to Jack Sutton. It's just strike 1. The 0-1. Breaking ball blocked by Solano. Keeps it in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's kind of a dangerous wind pattern right now against this Harrisburg club. Their launch angles have been up. The 1-1. Foul tipped it back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Sutton. It's blowing pretty strongly out to right. Kind of an all or nothing power swing team. This is one of them, Jack Sutton. Has plenty of power. The 1-2. Blocked by Solano once again. And now 2-2. Long off of first, being held on by Dietrich. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jack Sutton. 2-2. High, ball 3. Dylan Marsh entered this inning at around 23 pitches. He's up to over 45 now. Payoff pitch. Runner takes off, and it's swung on and missed. Sutton goes down swinging, out number 3. Just a second strikeout for Dylan Marsh. 2-0 Harrisburg on a sacrifice fly and an RBI single. And the Hornets try and counter after this on Hornets TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales Service and Recreation set for inning number 4 and a 2-0 lead for Harrisburg now on the State Farm scoreboard. Dietrich pops it up right side out of play. 0-1. First pitch of the 4th inning. 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Hard Hats. They need some production out of this bottom part of the order. The 0-1 misses high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Did not get that for the most part yesterday against Sioux Falls East in that do-or-die game. Dietrich looks at a called strike 2. The 1-2. Chopper up the middle to the right side. Lincoln Carlson flip to first in time, out number 1. And now Riker Henny. He struck out his first time at the plate. Struck out looking. First pitch, half swing and missed outside, ball 1. One-0. Breaking ball hits that outside edge. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Black into his wind, the 1-1. Fouled away right side out of play. And once again, working very, very, very quickly. Maddox Black. Hardhat's trying to cut down his dictation of the pace. This one popped up, foul territory right side, and it's out of play. Actually hit the fence in right field. Ball and 2 strikes on Henny. Here's the wind, here it is, the 1-2, strike 3. And he goes down looking for the second time. 7th strikeout is out number 2 here in the 4th. Well, you would think facing Maddox Black for the second time in just a couple of days, it would be advantage hitters. So far, it's advantage Maddox Black, the pitcher. 1-0, line drive, and base hit into center field for Jake Solano. 2-out single for the catcher Solano. He's on base for the second time after reaching on an error in the second. And now Wilson Kiefer. First pitch to Kiefer, he scores the bunt, pulls back, a high fastball, misses for ball 1. Kiefer struck out looking his first time. 1 on, 2 gone, and Kiefer lines one into center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Solano will hold up at second base. Back-to-back 2-out singles for the bottom of this lineup. And they set the table, albeit a little bit late. They set the table for the top of the order as the lineup card flips over for Zeke Farley. Farley has struggled, a little bit of weak contact his first 2 at-bats, 1 back to the pitcher, 1 to third. 2 on, 2 gone. Hardhats trailing 2-0. First pitch, foul tip off the glove. 0-1. Hardhats in their throwback royal blue jerseys. Rapid City occupying the chest in white lettering. This one a shallow pop-up into left center field, and no one will get there. It'll score a run. Solano crosses the plate. Farley dives into second, and that one's thrown into right center field. Here comes another runner to the plate. Now, here comes Farley to the plate. The throw comes in, it's cut off. It's 3-2 Hardhats. Holy cow, what a change of events that was. And now they're going to appeal to third, it looks like. Harrisburg coach is well onto the field. Safe. He did touch third, and it's 3-2 Hard Hats. Harrisburg coach was well onto the field asking for the appeal, and they let him stand there the entire time. A line drive, base it in right center field for Amari and Saylor. And the two-out rally continues. Boy, we'll see how they score that weird play. Nothing on Game Changer official scoring just yet. And we'll see how they score it. Either way, it's most likely an error to allow Farley to reach. And that scores one run, or it's a single. They do give a single to Farley on the pop fly in the Bermuda Triangle behind short. So it's an RBI single for Farley. He advances the second on the throw. The throw is errant. And the error goes on an infielder. This one a bouncer to the left side of third baseman. Shearer throws out wide Anderson, and that's out number 3, but the Hard Hats take the lead all on one play. A weird sequence of events with a single and a huge error that threw the ball into no man's land in right center field, where Zeke Farley came all the way around and scored. It's 3-2 Rapid City. We head to the bottom of the fourth after this on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. We head to the bottom of the fourth, a 3-2 margin in favor of Rapid City now on a weird sequence of events. It's ruled a single and then an error on the pitcher, Maddox Plaque. Bouncer right side, wide Anderson over, has to delay, and then Dietrich makes the play on the back end. Dietrich, the communication between him and Anderson a little bit late. Anderson had to wait for Dietrich to get to the bag, but he did. And it's out number 1 on one pitch for Noah Boucher. First pitch on the left-handed bat of Carter Barenfuss is strike 1 called, outside edge. Barenfuss bounce to Anderson at second, his first time, and they put a shift on the right side of the infield for him. 3 infielders on that right side, with Henny the only one in about the major 5-6 gap on the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike on Barenfuss. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. To reiterate on that play that scored all 3 runs for the Hard Hats, it's an RBI single for Zeke Farley in a Bermuda Triangle area behind shortstop. The throw was cut off. to the pitcher. This one, pop fly, shallow center field. Wilson Kiefer underneath of it, and he makes the grab right behind second base, out number 2. It was cut off by the pitcher, Maddox Plack. Farley was trying to go first to second on the throw-in. He dove into second. The throw from Plack to second went into right center field where nobody was at. And Farley got up and came all the way around and scored with his speed. And get 3 runs in on the play. Solano, Kiefer, and Farley all score after those 2-out singles. And then anything can happen after that with a 2-out rally. Chopped at the plate the first pitch, and a breaking ball called strike 2 on Tegan Muntz. Ball trickled out of the glove of Solano, but it's still called a strike. 0-2, Marsh set once again. A deep breath, and the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Marsh is fired up. He faces the minimum in the 4th. We head to the 5th after this on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. Maddox Plack back to the mound for inning number 5, and he faces 4, 5, and 6. Harrison Good looks at ball 1, a breaking ball, low and away for ball 1. Harrison Good has struggled, warned the caller so far, 2 strikeouts swinging, 1 in a big spot in the 3rd inning with 2nd and 3rd and 1 out. The 2-0. Down and away, 3 balls and no strikes. It wasn't close, that fastball. And now up in a very friendly count for Harrison Good, 3-0. The wind in the 3-0 is right down the pipe, taking all the way there, 3-1. Hardhouse now out hitting Harrisburg 5-2. Breaking ball fouled back and off the awning into the crowd, just about hit some spectators in the Harrisburg gear. But it bounced in an aisle, thank goodness, as Good draws a full count walk to start the 5th. Fastball missed outside. And now Kai Jackson, runner on first. Nobody out. Jackson 0 for 2, reached on an error and struck out. First pitch, upper outside edge. Nope, and missed outside, ball 1. One out from Plack. Outside, ball 2. Trying to backdoor breaking ball. Some chirping from the Harrisburg dugout wanting that call. 2-0. Popped up on the infield. Right side, Lincoln Carlson underneath of it. And he has the grab. Out number 1. Now Alex Dietrich. Dietrich bats from the right side. He's 0 for 2. A fly to center and a bouncer to the right side where Carlson threw him out. Looks at ball one inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Good off of first, 1 gone. Hardats leading 3-2. The 1-0 breaking ball fouled off the mask of the catcher Timon Long. And now 1 ball and 1 strike on Dietrich. Black set once again, the 1-1. Good takes off for second. It's a line drive base hit into left field. Good stays put at second base, but the hit and run works to perfection. Moves the shortstop out of position, and it's hit right where, just about where Taylor Klein would have been on that little blooping line drive. It's a single for Dietrich. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Riker Henny goes after the first pitch, fouls it away right side, out of play, 0-1. Henny has worn the collar 2 backwards Ks so far for him. Looking to do something completely different against Maddox Plack. And he goes after the 0-1, popped up foul territory, and he can't make the grab. Jack Sutton, the first baseman, tumbles over and just past his outstretched glove as the wind just pushed it more towards the foul territory area in right field. 0-2 on Henny. He has a new life. See what he does with it. Black kicks and deals the 0-2, bouncer up the middle. The second baseman linking Carlson to second for 1. Klein to first in time. It's an inning-ending double play. 4-6-3 in the book, and it's still 3-2 Rapid City as we head to the bottom of inning number 5. Harrisburg to bat after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, Service, and Recreation. We're set for the bottom of inning number 5. Harrisburg to bat once again against Dylan Marsh. And Harrisburg trailing 3-2 on the State Farm scoreboard, insured by Agent Scott Carlson and Matt McCormick, thanks to a 3-run scoring play, which featured a single and a two-base error that scored 2 runs. All in the 4th inning. Harrisburg went down in order after that. Now they bat here in the bottom of the 5th. 7, 8, 9, Maddox Shearer, the first task for Dylan Marsh, and he misses high for ball 1. Shearer, Carlson, and Klein do up. The 1-0. Fastball, dribble to the left side on a couple of hops. Riker Henny fields and fires the first. Nice play by Henny for out number 1. Henny roaming to his left. Had to scoop it and make the throw all in one motion to get the speedy Maddox Shearer. Here's Max Carlson. First pitch inside, ball one. Carlson walked and scored in the 2-run third for Harrisburg. 1 out, nobody on here. Next pitch popped up on the infield foul territory. Look out. And it's off of the Harrisburg dugout. Dylan Marsh came sprinting in to try and make a play on that ball along with Alex Dietrich. It's just out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike on Max Carlson. One one from Marsh. Breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Empty base paths with 1 out. Harrisburg being out hit 6-2. 2-1. Outside a fastball. 3 balls and a strike. Marsh in jeopardy of walking Carlson for the 2nd time. The 3-1. Breaking ball called strike 2. The count is full, 3-2. Marsh shakes off a sign, now comes set. His payoff pitch popped up shallow, fairly deep left field, but Amari Sailor is right there to make the grab for out number 2. And now Taylor Klein. Klein singled and scored in that 3rd inning. Came in on Timon Long's RBI single. Bats from the right side, empty base paths with 2 gone. First pitch to Klein, misses upstairs, ball 1, a fastball. The 1-0 popped up, foul territory, but out of play on the right side. Off the awning, and it rolls on into young fan's grasp. $1 richer, that young fan. 1-1. Breaking ball, runs inside, and it hit him. So Klein on base. 2 out hit batter. Must have just brushed the jersey on the sleeve. So 2 outs, runner on first. Now Lincoln Carlson. 0 for 1, a fly to left and a fly ball to right. That was a sacrifice fly and an RBI. A line drive foul down the left field line. It hits high off the fence and stays in the field of play. But in foul ground. 0-1 on Carlson. The 0-1. Outside edge called, strike 2. And Marsh quickly up in the count, 0-2 on Carlson. Love to not face Timon Long until potentially next inning. The 0-2, runner takes off for second. A ground ball to Henny at third. On a couple hops, he gathers, fires to first, and up the first base line is Dietrich. Not able to swipe the tag. Carlson reaches, and up to third goes Taylor Klein. Tying run, 90 feet away now for Timon Long. It's an E5 on Henny. Second error for Rapid City in this ball game. The aforementioned Timon Long steps in on the right side. On the corners with 2 gone, trailing 3-2. First pitch to Long, down and away, ball one, backhand stopped by Solano. Energy being displayed out of the Harrisburg dugout now. 1-0. High fly ball hooking down the left field line, and it is foul by a couple of feet. It stays in the field of play. Diamond Long hit a similar shot a couple of days ago that was called foul. There was a little discrepancy on the call. Marsh has to settle back in now after the almost long ball. This one in the turf, blocked by Solano. He keeps it in front of him. Great block by Jake Solano. Oh, he just pushed it right in front of him with his body. Up to second goes Carlson on the play. 2 balls and a strike on Diamond Long. Here it is, the 2-1, swing and a miss, the breaking ball. He pulled the string on it. And now 2-2. Big spot, maybe the most pivotal moment in this ball game thus far. Tying and go-ahead runners in scoring position. 2 balls and 2 strikes, arguably the best Harrisburg hitter at the plate against Dylan Marsh. He comes set for the 2-2. Here it is. Breaking ball swung on and missed. It gets away from Solano. He gathers, fires to first in time, out number 3. And the runners are stranded. Hard Hats still lead 3-2. We head to the 6th after this on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. A new pitcher coming to the mound for Harrisburg Post 45. It'll be a southpaw. And it's Lucas Crichton. He also pitched against the Hard Hats in Game 1 for both of these two teams. Jake Solano leads things off. The Hard Hats lead 3-2. First pitch from Crichton. Misses up and away for ball 1. Solano a single and a run scored in that big 4th inning. Crichton kicks and deals, and Solano a high fly ball to left field. Back is the left fielder Tegan Muntz, but he's underneath it, out number 1. Solano just a little bit behind and underneath that ball. Had plenty of height to it. Not enough power to get out of the park. So now Wilson Kiefer. Single and run scored for him. And this one, a fly ball left center field. The center fielder, Max Carlson, a few steps back. He makes the grab quickly. 2 up, 2 gone.
Congratulations to Amy Jensen, winner of 50-50 bronze.
So Maddox Black finishes with 93 pitches. Dylan Marsh currently at 74. No one warming in the Hard Hats pen. This is Marsh's ball game. Coach Torvey talking to Zeke Farley before his at-bat. Giving him some extra words of encouragement. Plan of attack against the southpaw, Crichton. First pitch, goes after it and fouls it into the Harrisburg dugout. Actually off the screen in front of it. A 1. Crichton out of the stretch, the 0-1. High and back to the backstop, 1 ball and 1 strike. Crichton sets up on the far third base side of the rubber. Tried the backdoor breaking ball that time and it sailed back to the backstop, not close at all. The 1-1. Fastball half swing. The appeal and he went around. So down in the count 1-2 is Zeke Farley. Crichton comes set. The 1-2. High with a fastball 2-2. Farley, that single in which he ended up scoring in the 4th inning. But outside of that, he's 0 for 2. 1 for 3 today, the 2-2. Outside ball 3. Marion Saylor has had a good day. Love to have Farley on base. 3-2. Foul back to the screen, and now the count remains 3-2. So Farley 1 for 3 on the day as a whole. Saylor 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk. Payoff pitch once again to Farley, inside ball 4, and just like that, the Hard Hats do have a 2-out base runner with some speed in Zeke Farley. And now Marion Saylor. As mentioned, 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 singles. First pitch to Saylor from Crichton. Misses outside, ball 1. Hard Hats out hitting Harrisburg currently 7-2. Very error-filled game as well. 1-0 bounces in front of Saylor. Goes back to the backstop. Zeke Farley in scoring position now. After the wild pitch. 2 errors for the Hard Hats, 3 in that column for Harrisburg. The third, a very crucial one. Basically scored all 3 runs. 2-0 the count on Marion Saylor. He got a full count pitch to hit his last, there's time before that, rather. 2-0, skips in front of the turf. The throw down to third from long, and Farley dives in safely. He had a huge secondary lead, and once the ball hit the turf, Farley was off and running and dove in safely. It's another wild pitch. 3-0 the count on Saylor. Here it is, and it's inside ball 4. Back-to-back walks drawn by the Hard Hats to bring up Wyatt Anderson. Runners on the corners, and here comes pitching coach out in the dugout for Harrisburg. Maybe either Jake Adams or Luke Chevrolet out of the dugout. His quick meeting concludes. Runners on the corners and 2 gone. Wyatt Anderson coming to the plate. He's 1 for 3. His single came in the third inning. He was stranded at second base. I guess Amarian Saylor would be off decently early in this at-bat, but Anderson looks at ball one inside from Crichton. Crichton has not found the zone that much in his outing thus far. And Anderson swings right through the 1-0. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. He's thrown 15 pitches now and has had 6 strikes. The 1-1. Down and in, 2 balls and a strike. And that has to be in the back of the minds of the Hard Hats. Make Crichton throw strikes. This is his second outing here at the state tournament. As mentioned, pitched back on day 1. And Anderson pops it up foul behind the plate, out of play, 2-2. He went 2 innings in game 1, allowed just 1 hit, 2 walks, struck out 5 though over 2 innings, and no runs. Now the 2-2, Amarian Saylor just takes second base and Crichton lets him. He started early and Crichton just steps off and looks at him. So a defensive indifference. 2-2 to Anderson. High fly ball left center field. That one has a chance, and that ball is not caught. It 2 bounces up against the wall. Saylor scores easily. Here comes Anderson to third. He reaches, standing up an RBI triple with 2 outs for White. Anderson. It's 4-2 Hard Hats. Boy, that ball just kept on carrying on the bat of White Anderson. And give Max Carlson credit in center field, running as far as he could, laying out. Make it 5-2 Hard Hats. Farley and Saylor both score on that play. Very easily. First pitch to Harrison, good pop foul right side, out of play. It's 5-2 Rapid City. Here in the 6th. Harrison good, a single in the third inning. He's 1 for 3. The 6th run standing 90 feet away. The 0-1 is called a strike on the outer edge. 0-2. Struck out looking in the first, a single in the third, and bounced to third in the 4th. The 0-2. High for ball 1. Fastball that time from Crichton. And ball got away a little bit. Anderson stays put at third. More 2-out RBIs for the Hard Hats as Good looks at ball 2 outside. For White Anderson, of his numbers, 2-out RBIs, number 13 and 14 on the season. And now the count runs full on Harrison Good. It's 3-2. Setting the payoff to Good. Misses up and away, not close. Ball 4. And now it looks to be Hayden Hollick coming to the plate. Runners on the corners with 2 gone. He will hit in place of Kai Jackson. So Kai Jackson finishes his day as the designated hitter, 0 for 3. Hayden Hollick will hit with a new arm coming to the mound. Crichton is done. We'll let the new arm throw his pitches and get a license plate on him. And be right back here on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Adam Birch set to bring you the rest of this top of the sixth. We're still in that top of the sixth. It's 5-2, Rapid City. Runners on the corners, and Hayden Hollick, the pinch hitter, coming to the plate against a new arm. He has not pitched just yet here at the state tournament. His name is Maddox Shear. Ended up writing Lucas Crichton down twice in my scorebook, but it's Maddox Shear who will pitch next for Harrisburg. Hayden Hollick steps in on the right side. First pitch misses high, ball one. Harrison Good on first, Wyatt Anderson on third, 2 outs. 5-2 the advantage for Rapid City over Harrisburg, a do or die elimination game to punch their ticket into the championship. And that one runs inside and hits Hollick. It'll be bases full for Alex Dietrich. Now time and long. As for time, and wants a word with Shear. Bases full of royal blue throwback Rapid City jerseys. Alex Dietrich at the plate. He's 1 for 3. A little bloop single his last time up. Shear from the stretch, he kicks and deals. The first pitch outside edge, a fastball for strike one. Shear, kind of a weird delivery. Front of his body follows the back half as Dietrich fouls it away high off the netting, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Alex Dietrich. Shearer shakes off a sign and now comes set. The 0-2. Line drive right in field side. That'll drop in fair territory for a base hit. Dietrich digs for second. 2 runs come across. Here comes the third. Dietrich into third base, dives in safely. It's a 3-run triple for Alex Dietrich. Make it 8-2 Hornets. And now Riker Henny. The rally just keeps on flowing. And Henny looks at ball 1 outside. Dietrich on third now after his 3-run triple to extend the Hard Hats margin heading in to the bottom of the 6th. The 1-0 down and away, 2 balls, no strikes. For Dietrich, RBIs number 27, 28, and 29 overall, and 2 out ribbies, 7, 8, and 9. 2-0 outside edge, called a strike, 2 balls and 1 strike on Henny. He's the 9th man to come to the plate this inning, all with 2 outs. This inning started off a fly to left and a fly to center. And the Hard Hats started producing. 2-1 misses down and away. 3 balls and a strike on Henny. 0 for 3 day for Riker. Love a hit in this situation, a 3-1. Is swung on and missed, now 3-2. Could have been ball 4, Henny when chasing. But now he steps back in, 3-2. Shear kicks and deals the payoff, and it's swung on and missed. Henny goes down swinging out number 3. Big inning for the Hard Hats. They add 5. Couple of big triples by Wyatt Anderson and Alex Dietrich. And the Hard Hats hold an 8-2 advantage heading to the bottom of the 6th. Back in a moment on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. A big top half of the 6th inning for Rapid City. 5 come across, and they take an 8-2 advantage heading to the final 6 outs offensively for Harrisburg and their season. Potentially. Dylan Marsh back to the mound. He starts this inning at 74 pitches. Ground ball to Henny at third. He fields it, fires to first, a wild throw to first, and it caroms right back to Dietrich. And it'll be another E5 on Henny to allow Jack Sutton to reach. So 1 on, nobody out. And it brings up Noah Boucher. First pitch from Marsh, a line drive foul. Where Coach Ewing is waiting with the reliever warming in the Hard Hats bullpen. A reliever just stretching out. A 1 breaking ball called, strike 2 inside edge. 0-2 on Boucher. He's 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout looking in the second. And a bouncer to Anderson at second base. And for that, 0-2 misses down and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball that time from Marsh. The 1-2. Inside and a hit it. Right around the elbow guard on Boucher. And now 2 on with nobody out, and that reliever throwing a little bit more aggressively. Here's the left-handed bat of Carter Barenfuss. He scores the bunt, drops it down in front of Marsh. He thought about going to third, fires the first in time. It's out number 1. The sacrifice works for Barenfuss. Hard Hats take the out, and Sutton moves to third, Boucher to second. Here's Tegan Muntz. Muntz bats from the right side and looks at ball 1 inside by a touch. 2 on in scoring position, 1 out, 8-2 Rapid City. The 1-0. Breaking ball high, fly ball to left field, back as Amarian Sailor still going back on the warning track. He looks up and that ball is gone. A 3-run home run for Tegan Muntz. And just like that, the deficit is cut down to 8-5. An error and then a hit batter. Both come in and score on the 3-run shot. And what was a 6-run advantage is cut down in half to 3. First pitch misses inside on Maddox Shear for ball 1. 1-0, swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ready in the 1-1. Breaking ball popped up left side and out of play into the bullpen. Look out, Phil Bentz catching the reliever down there. A ball and 2 strikes on Shear. 1-2, breaking ball, runs inside. It did not hit him. Just a 2-2 count. Ready in the 2-2. Bouncer left side, third baseman Riker Henney has another opportunity, redeems himself with a throw across in timeout number 2. Now Max Carlson. A walk and a run scored and fly out to Amarian Sailor in left field. Just 0 for 1. Empty base paths with 2 gone. First pitch, fastball at the top of the zone called strike 1. Marsh approaching 90 pitches. The 0-1, foul tipped into the glove, 0-2. This will be his 90th pitch of his afternoon. The 0-2, breaking ball called strike 3, and a backwards K ends the 6th. We head to the 7th. 3 runs come across for Harrisburg on a 3-run home run by Tegan Muntz. We head to the 7th after this on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. It's the top of the 7th. The Hard Hats have an opportunity to try and tack on some insurance runs, already up by 3, but no lead is safe here at the state tournament. Saw that a couple of times with an unlucky peer team. And the Hard Hats cannot get complacent with their 3-run advantage at this point in time. We saw how quickly that could change with an error and a hit by pitch and then a 3-run bomb to left field. That was just the third hit of the contest for Harrisburg. They have 3 runs. Jake Solano to lead things off. And the first pitch, a breaking ball, hits the inside edge for a called strike 1. 0-1, squares the bunt, drops it down. Gonna be a tough play for everyone. The catcher timing long, fires to first, not in time. One catcher outsmarts the other. And Solano reaches base. Now Wilson Kiefer. Solano off of first, nobody out. Reliever is warm and gone from the pen. Kiefer squares the bunt. He'll pull back and watch ball 1 miss high. 1 ball, no strikes. Third baseman creeping in on that play. That's Boucher. Squares early once again, and Shearer just steps off. Clearly a bunt situation. Not going to surprise anyone. Squaring and pulls back for ball 2 inside. We have seen Kiefer fool his opponent once this season. He squared very early, pulled back and then swung away and got a double out of it. The 2-0, now he swings away and pops it foul and out of play. The bunt sign might be off now. They might let Kiefer swing away. Squares the bunt once again. This time he drops it down the first base line. The pitcher, Maddox Shearer, fires to first in timeout number 1. The sacrifice does work, and up to second goes Solano. One out now, runner in scoring position, top of the order, Zeke Farley. A walk and run scored his last time. First pitch to Farley. Inside edge called strike 1 at the top of the zone. 0-1. A 1-for-3 day for Farley. Shearer kicks and deals, and the breaking ball hits the inside edge, this time at the knees. 0-2. Solano off a second. 2 strikes on Farley with 1 out. The 0-2. Line drive right at the second baseman. They go to second for the double play. Lincoln Carlson caught the line drive, and Solano well off of second base. Fires it to Taylor Klein, covering, and that's out number 3. Hard Hats have a 3-run advantage. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Back in a moment on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, Service, and Recreation set for the bottom of the 7th. And guess who's still on the mound? Dylan Marsh. 90 pitches through 6. He will at least come out to start the 7th inning. He can throw 105. And a do-or-die game for the Hard Hats. The winner of this game turns right around in 30 minutes and plays for the state title. Ceremonial tap of the Hard Hats around Dylan Marsh to start this bottom of the 7th. Harrisburg will have Taylor Klein, Lincoln Carlson, and Timon Long hitting in their 7th. Few extra words of encouragement for the Hard Hat teammates behind Dylan Marsh. Taylor Klein steps in on the right side. He's 1 for 1, a single and a hit by pitch. The first pitch, fly ball to right field, over to his right. Harrison Good underneath of it makes the grab, out number 1 on 1 pitch. One up, one gone. Empty base paths, top of the order now. Lincoln Carlson, he's 0 for 2. A fly to left, a sacrifice fly, and an RBI to right. And reached on an error his last trip in the 5th. This one chopped foul behind the plate. 0-1. Carlson went after the first pitch against Marsh as well. And lucky that he chopped it foul. Marsh set the 0-1, breaking ball down and away, scooped by Solano, 1 ball, 1 strike, nothing hurt. Solano gains the sign from the dugout and relays it to Marsh, the 1-1. High fly ball to left field, right at Amarian Saylor. Just a few steps in and now to his left, he makes the grab, out number 2. And now Timon Long. But it's important to note there are 2 outs and nobody on. Timon Long cannot win this game with a swing of a bat. First pitch, foul back to the screen, 0-1. Power threat. A catcher from Harrisburg. Marsh set in the 0-1. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And now Harrisburg potentially down to their final strike of their season. Hard Hats faithful to their feet. Marsh ready. The 2-strike pitch. Chopper up the third baseline, foul. We'll do it again, 0-2. Long was way out in front of another breaking ball. Two outs and nobody on. 2 strikes on Long. 8-5 our score. Marsh ready once again. The 0-2. Counting away. 1-2. Rapid City faithful still standing, the 1-2. Down and away, a breaking ball that time. And Marsh, a couple of extra moments to himself. Trying to dial it back in. 2-2. He gives the nod of the head to Solano. Set, and the 2-2. Outside by a hair. Looked like it had the north-south, not the east-west. If anything, a touch outside or a touch low. The payoff pitch. The time and long. Outside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk drawn by Long. No signal just yet to the bullpen. Eli Kelly trotted down there to see how warm that reliever is. And just starting to throw once again. First pitch to Jack Sutton. Outside by a touch. The umpires in their seats thought that was strike 1 on the outer edge. 1-0. Line drive to right center field. Harrison good over, and it'll split the outfielders. One bounce off of the wall. It's cut off. Throw comes in, and it scores a run. An RBI double for Jack Sutton. It's 8-6. Time and Long off on the crack of the bat. And here comes Ryan Clappridge out of the dugout. Will he take the ball from Marsh? And he will. Here comes the reliever. No signal just yet. They wave him off. It will not be Peyton Tipton. Marsh tasked with finishing this game. And Tipton walks back to the bullpen. Everyone staying put on the mound, offering Marsh as much encouragement as they can possibly offer, but they don't have to throw the pitches. Pitch by pitch, edge of your seat. Now the tying run comes to the plate. And it's Noah Boucher. First pitch to Boucher. High, ball 1. Marsh ready. Solano, the sign from the dugout. Setting the 1-0. Out back, out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Marsh straightens his back. Leans in, set once again the 1-1. Breaking ball. Down and away. O'Shea able to lay off. Not a bad pitch. The 2-1. Foul back to the backstop. 2-2. And once again, potentially down to their final strike. O'Shea, if you're curious, is 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch. His last at bat and scored a run. The 2-2. Outside. 3-2. Marsh goes to Rosenberg, slaps it down on the mound, and retoes the rubber after that one. Payoff pitch to Boucher. Swing and miss. The Hard Hats will play for a state title. Final score 8-6 Rapid City. And now they will have to play Sioux Falls East for the second time. We'll be back in 30 seconds for our Pioneer Bank and Trust postgame show right here on Hard Hats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome to the Pioneer Bank and Trust postgame show. Pioneer Bank and Trust is proud to support local sports, and they want to be your trusted partner for all your banking needs. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local. Visit pioneerbankandtrust.com. Hard Hats victorious in a do-or-die elimination game on Championship Sunday, 8-6 over Harrisburg. And a quick rundown of this ball game. Post 45 took the early advantage and had the momentum starting in the bottom of the third. 2 runs come across. It's 2-0 after the third. Hard Hats come up with 2 outs in their fourth. Solano singles. Kiefer singles. Now we wonder, is it a 2-out rally? Zeke Farley put the ball in play, popped it up behind the shortstop, Bermuda Triangle area, and all 3 fielders, the left fielder, center fielder, and shortstop unable to make the grab. The throw came into the pitcher where it was cut off. 1 run had already came in and scored at that point, and Kiefer went to third. Farley tried to go first to second. He dove into second base. He was going to be saved. The throw from the pitcher, Plaque, to second base was wild and went into no man's land in right center field. And the outfielders just had to chase it down and watch the runs come across. Kiefer scored easily. Farley went all the way around after getting up to his feet and dove into home plate as well. And it was 3-2 Hard Hats, an electrifying, momentum-building play that no one could have expected. 3-2 Hard Hats at that point. Rapid City tacked on 5 more runs in the 6th inning, and boy, were they big. And towards the later part of this ball game, 5 runs as they batted around, sent all 9 men to the plate in their 6th inning. Once again, 2-out rally for the Hard Hats. A 2-run triple for Wyatt Anderson, and then a 3-run triple for Alex Dietrich. Bases loaded, he cleared the bases and ended up at third base himself. 5 runs that score in that 6th inning. Post 45 would not go away quietly. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 6th, thanks to a 3-run home run hit by Tegan Muntz. Jack Sutton reached with a leadoff error. Noah Boucher was then hit by a pitch, and then both runners were sacrificed over to second and third into scoring position by Carter Barenfuss. It brought up Muntz, and Muntz did not miss it. He crushed one over the left field fence. A 3-run shot, and the deficit cut in half to 8-5 at that point. No runs in the top half of the 7th inning. And the Hard Hats have a 3-run advantage going into the bottom half. Post 45 added 1 in the bottom half thanks to an RBI double after a 2-out walk. And then Dylan Marsh struck out the final batter that he faced. A complete game for Dylan Marsh. Boy, that leads us into our player of the game. Today's player of the game sponsored by Claiborne Los and Sabres. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to step up for you, the law office at Claiborne Los and Sabres is always ready. Just Google Claiborne Los and Sabres in Rapid City, and Dylan Marsh is today's player of the game. All 7 innings, a complete game, allowed 4 hits, 6 runs, 5 were earned, struck out 6, including the final batter of the ball game, and walked 2. He needed 109 pitches. Remember, the limit here for Legion Baseball, according to the pitching guidelines, your daily max is 105, but you may finish the batter. Dylan Marsh finished the batter, needed 105 to strike him out and end the ball game. So the Hard Hats move on to face Sioux Falls East in the state title and will play for number 44 in about 25 minutes' time. We will take a step aside, head back to National Fox programming on the radio end, and rest the camera a bit on the YouTube channel, and come right back and have that state title matchup for you in just a little bit's time later this afternoon. Until then, my name is Adam Birch. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to tune in for the state championship game in just a few moments on Hardats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
Live from the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Details